our spirit? What is it? Where does it go? Are we able to see them using our mind's eye? If so, just what can spirit teach us? Welcome to School Through Spirit. Host DeEtte Renee is a certified psychic medium and master teacher of psychic and mediumship development through LWISSD. DeEtte was born knowing spirit and now is here to help you better understand the spirit world. And now your host, DeEtte Renee.
Good Monday morning, everybody. This is DeEtte here on School Through Spirit with the Edge Network, bringing awareness each week just through spirit, seeing where we go, having some conversations, having a great time, trying to go live here on another, oh my gosh, it says another one. So I'm trying to go live on another streaming service and it's having issues. It's having issues. I don't know why. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Yes, I apologize. I am trying to get one of the things to connect, and it's taking its sweet time connecting is what it's doing. So as every morning we do come through just to kind of talk a little bit about spirit, what spirit has to say, whatever it might be, and go forward from there. So this week, as we know, we always have, there we go. We always do a 5-card stud. Our 5-card stud this week is the Archetypal. I don't know. We already know. Astrology Oracle. It is by Jonathan Waller. It is by Findhorn Publishing. We'll be able to see that a little bit better when I open it up and we take the glare off the packaging. Huge deck. So this is going to be really kind of interesting. I can't wait. I'm really this one intrigues me. I will tell you what. This deck, I don't get the fuzzies from by looking at it. I don't get all the fuzzies, but it does intrigue me. So I cannot wait to see what's beneath the box. Okay. I have a book here. I've not started reading the book, but the book has been sent to me by a beautiful woman by the name of, we're just going to say the initials, S.A. Cummins. She wrote this amazing book. Her name is Susan. Within the Wake, a beautiful book. I cannot wait. She sent this book to me. Just a gorgeous woman, gorgeous person. And I cannot wait to read this. So I really wanted to highlight this book. So everybody go out and buy this book, read this book. Let me know what you think about this book, because guess what? She's already writing the second book. She's already written the second book. So super awesome. I cannot wait. Every time I hold this book, I just go, oh, it just feels good. It feels good. So everybody go out and buy your copy. Okay, everybody go out and buy your copy. So this week, guys, also, we have a special guest going to come in today. We have a special guest. Guess who that special guest is? It's not Dawson. It's Adeline. Addie's coming in. Why? It's her birthday. No happy birthdays until you see her face. Not yet, Addie. Wait. We're not ready yet. Wait. So later on, she's going to help me do the 5-card stud. As we know, we're in spring break. So we're into spring break and we're doing the 5-card studs, and it's her birthday. So she's doing it today. She's doing it. She's super excited. She's already dressed. She's been dressed for like an hour getting ready to do this with us. So super excited. Way to go underneath the radar, Keith. Way to go. I love it. Good morning, Miss Michelle and Anthony. Hello. So let's kind of look at what we're looking at today. Let's look at what we're lots to read. By the way, guys, Dawson did the flip last week. Dawson did the flip and picked the page. So I think there's a lot of lemons on there. So let's see what it goes on. Oh my gosh. Isn't this interesting? Dawson's the one that picks it, and it says that teach your children the 3 core concepts for living. I know this from a boy, a 5-year-old boy. It says the essential truth. Children remember everything they see, everything they experience. Why then do you place your children in schools where competition is allowed and encouraged, where the best, being the best and learning the most is rewarded, where performance is graded, and where moving at one's own pace is barely tolerated? What does your child understand from this? Okay, I kind of agree here. Have a great day, Keith. Instead, teach your children of movement and music and joy of art and the mystery of fairy tales and the wonder of life. Bring out what is naturally found in a child rather than seek to put in what is unnatural to the child. Allow young ones to learn logic and critical thinking, problem solving, creation, using the tools of their own intuition and their deepest inner knowing rather than the rules and the memorized systems and conclusions of society, which has already proven itself to be wholly unable to evolve by these methods, yet continues to use them. Teach concepts, not subjects. Build around the three core concepts of awareness, honesty, and responsibility, and teach them from the earliest age until the final day. Base your entire education model upon them. These concepts, along with many others, must be deeply understood in children. If children are to evolve and grow into complete human beings, they are the most important things in life. For example, teach what it means to be honest, to be responsible, to be aware of other people's feelings, and respectful of other people's past. For thousands of years, we have been making the same mistakes because we have been teaching the same things. We have not evolved. We need to look at our society's values and restructure them, then take the grandest vision and teach in our schools. Now, that's a lot of mouthful. I get it, guys. I get that's a ton to talk about. And in my head, I can hear all the, where was it when I was kidding? No kidding. I can hear all of it in my head. I can hear all the chatter, but oh my God, this, oh my God, that. I can hear it. Like we have been, competing with China for so long. And when I do say China, because people notoriously say that China is smarter, they're more evolved, they've got it going down, blah, 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 or Japan, whatever. But things they don't realize, things that we do not realize about these other countries. Okay. We don't realize, because we are way beyond, behind the grading system. So we're going to put that into the grading system of knowledge and then see why China and Japan are so much further ahead of us. And I know that we're getting, there's a lot in this subject. There really is. But, and the very little I know, and it really is a little, the very smallest I know about China or Japan, which are two countries that we tend to state are more intelligent because a lot of our electronics a lot of our further engineering of stuff comes from those countries. But some of the biggest things that do come from those countries is they do honor respect. Come on, let's get with it, guys. They honor respect of space, respect of other persons, respect of themselves, respect of boundaries. They honor the fact that the body and the mind can't keep going. I mean, in America, we give a rest time called a recess. We make a kid go out and run around and we call it rest. Well, it's not really rest, is it? It's not a moment to sit there and go inward, to be introspective and actually rest the body. What it is a tool to use to allow a kid to go run off energy. Because we use it in the concept that when a child sits there for 2 hours or 2.5 hours and we make them be still, we make them listen to something that they have no interest in listening to, that they have this energy that is bound up within them and they need a break from that energy. So instead of waiting for the child to just explode in a classroom and go, oh my God, I can't handle this anymore because you truly suck, we're going to throw them out in the recess on a playground and tell them to go play with their friends. Get rid of that energy so you can come back and look at me again for another 2.5 hours and be completely bored. Okay. And that's what we do in America. In other countries, what do? They instill a rest time. They instill a fact, even at work, that you're only allowed to work for so many hours. And then you have to pull out your cot and you have to lay down. You might only be laying down for 10 or 15 minutes, but you're laying down. You're giving your body that time to process, to actually unwind, to actually go, oh, I'm going to let loose. Now, I will tell you, as adults, we do this. We may not do it. We're behind it in the United States when it comes to the population of the adults working. We are. We put somebody in a facility for 8 hours, and literally we give them 10 minutes here and 10 minutes there and a half an hour here to eat, and we call it rest. Well, that 10 minutes, they have to walk away. They have to walk away from their area, do whatever they're going to do, and walk back. And usually it's enough time to go to the bathroom. You know what I mean? Time to go to the bathroom, refill your water, and get back to your desk. Really not a break, is it? It's not a time to go intro. But what do you do when you get out of work? I don't know about you. All the time, for all the years I had a 9 to 5, as soon as I got out of work, I got to my car and I literally just went, ugh. And I allowed it all to drain from me. I would literally notoriously work half an hour to an hour away from my home, and everybody like, "Oh my God, yeah, why do you want to commute so far?" Because that's my unwinding period. That's my period to just go, enough. It was my recess, but my recess was going inward, not going outward. Now I know with this concepts, a lot of people are still going, well, hey, if you're talking about boring stuff at school, well, we need to know math. We need to know, we need to know reading. We need to know science. We need to know these things. And I'm not saying we don't. I'm not going to say we don't. But there's been a concept going for many, 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 many years. And I know a wonderful lady out in California. Okay. This lady is flipping amazing. Okay. And back when her son was just a young one, she yanked him out of school and she decided no more. Now, I know you're all going, but she went to homeschooling. Haha, she did not. She went to what's called unteaching, which is not teaching the fabric of, what we think is important, which is the reading, the writing, the science, the blah, blah, blah. She did not go and teach those subjects. She did not jump onto some sort of curriculum that said, I have to teach these things to my kid. Instead, she gave the kid experiences. She literally devoted her life to taking this child to museums, to taking this child to different places to learn things of interest, because when he found interest, he dove into it. He couldn't get enough of it. He learned how to read by playing a game with his thumbs on a screen. Why? Because when he joined with other people, other kids around the world in this game, okay, they had a whole chat thing going. And if he wanted to be involved in the chat and know what was going on to further himself within the game, he had to learn how to read. And he did. Now, this boy has traveled the world because his mother and his father the dad ended up getting an occupation where he had to travel. He was able to travel to different countries, and the mom and the son went with, just so the child could have more experiences. And he got more experiences and he learned more. When he got to his high school years, he decided he wanted to go to a normal high school. He wanted to go and be amongst his peers. He wanted to have that experience. And his mom said, okay. And she enrolled him. And now the school was not happy, thinking, oh my God, this kid is not going to be high school ready. He's not going to have this. He's not going to have that. There's no way, because you have neglected his education his whole life. He's going to be behind everything. So they forced him into testing. And you know what they found out? This kid didn't even barely need to go to high school because he was that intelligent. Because literally the subjects he learned, which was everything that every other kid learned, he learned in a way that he learned it for himself, and a wish and a want and a curiosity, core thinking. He wanted to do this. Now, did his mom allow him to sit on his butt and do nothing at the house? No, that's not what she did. She didn't take education away from him. She placed it in a way that he was going to thrive on it. He was going to excel. Now, my own granddaughter this year, Addie, gosh, she struggled with reading. She's struggled with reading since day one. It has not been her forte. Math is her curve. I'll tell you what, that girl at second grade was doing algebra, already doing algebra. Okay? We can hand her problems. We can teach her. And the concepts of math and algebra are she's just like, she retains it and she does it. And we're talking multiple varied factors in a longer algebra problem with parentheses and times to the second and this and that. This girl's got it going on. But reading, she struggled with. Now you can do the old-fashioned concept of what a teacher could have done, which was practice, 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 go home, read some more, blah, blah, blah. And we tried that. And it didn't work. It didn't get her testing scores up. It did nothing other than shrink her way of looking at herself. She no longer had that pride of looking at herself like she was proud of herself. Instead, it was, I'm no good at this. I'm not going to try. I'm going to fail. I'm going to shrink. And that really wasn't working. So The teacher had sent this message home one day and said, I feel like she's having a little bit of problems with standing up for herself, being seen, being present. Let's work on that. I know, Miss Addie. So what did we do? I took her to more events. I put her in front of the public. She ran her little business. Guys, she went to Days of the Dead in March and she rocked it with thousands of people and she exploded. She exploded. At school, her teacher, it didn't matter that Addie was a little behind the rest of her class. The teacher called upon her to read, to boost the morale, not to say, oh my gosh, we're going to point you out. They literally went, it's okay, Addie. Take your time, sound it out. Her friends boosted her up and went, oh my God, you're doing great. Addie would struggle with a word and a friend would look over and go, this is how it sounds. We boosted not her reading ability. We boosted her confidence in herself. A core concept, her confidence, the way she looked at herself. And guess what? Naturally went with it. Her ability to read. The last testing, she blew it up. She was way up there. She wasn't below. She was way up there. And it didn't come with practice your reading. It came from her getting confidence in herself that she could do something, which is an unteaching method. Not quite yet, honey. What's up, baby? Why? Honey.
You did that thing.
Yesterday?
My tablet can connect to the
internet?
My tablet connected. I want that my tablet connected to
the TV? Okay, ask Addie to do it, okay?
Why?
Because I'm on the radio.
Oh, you can do that for real?
Ask her to see if she can do it, okay? And if she can't, I'll do it on a break. Okay? So, again, one more thing there. And I know you guys are like, what are you guys talking about? Perfect timing. But to literally build her confidence that she can make these decisions, she can do this stuff, and that she was good enough. And she exploded. She exploded. And we're finding that with many things. Adeline wanted to, got interested in snakes. She explored it. We handed her a tablet. We handed her a phone. And she explored everything she could about snakes. The education is huge because she made the critical thinking. It's amazing. We do it with D. Why? Because, yes, our numbers and letters and all, yes, it's all important. Why? Because you really cannot work in society without language. Come on, let's be real. But how you apply yourself to that ends up being huge. And not basing yourself off of how well the next door neighbor is doing. And I know that really takes our school system and throws it out the window, doesn't it? It literally takes how we teach our children, how we teach ourselves, throws it out the window. Because quite frankly, guys, those concepts we get in school, it follows us through life. It follows us. I was just thinking this morning about somebody. And I didn't realize I was going to talk about today. And here I am 54 years old, guys. And I was thinking about this lady today. And she had said something to me, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years ago. Maybe not, maybe 3 years ago. And she goes, I just don't understand yet. I don't understand because this lady's famous. She goes, I don't get it. I don't understand why you haven't just blown up yet. I do not get why your career has not blown up and you haven't taken off and you aren't just boom, 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 boom. I don't get it. And that hurt more than anything because I did not feel I was in a competition with the Joneses until those words were stated to me. And then all of a sudden, I felt in competition. I felt like I was below the mark. I felt like I wasn't that good. I really struggled with feeling like I was any good or I should even be in the business that I'm in because somebody said, the way I took it was, damn, you're screwing up, girl, because in this race, you lost. And it took me back to high school. It took me back to those days of going, I wasn't a good enough cheerleader. I wasn't a good enough friend. I wasn't a good enough student. I wasn't good enough. Why? Because somebody else was valedictorian and it wasn't me. Somebody else was the head of the cheerleading squad and it wasn't me. Somebody was always better, and I had to fight so much harder to be somebody better. And it wasn't me. And it took me a long time to get over the high school years of going, wait a second, you know what? I didn't come in number one for the most beautiful girl in school. And I thought about this today. My best friend at the time did. And she was gorgeous. She was tall. She had long legs. And she was amazing. And she had a great personality, and she still does. But just because the eyes of one doesn't mean it wasn't the eyes of somebody else. Was I a good cheerleader? I was an amazing cheerleader. But so wasn't everybody else. I didn't have to be in competition because anybody knows on a cheerleading team, there's not one, it's a team. It takes many to make the team. I was damn good to make the team. And that was as good as it had to get. I did that, found out with many things. And I know to you guys, cheerleading this might sound frivolous, but these are just arts of competition. These are levels of competition that we put our children in, whether it's football or baseball or swim team or the gymnastics team or valedictorian. We're always chasing the best. I need to be the best. I need to be better. It's not competing off yourself. It's not a competition off yourself. It's a competition off of somebody else. Now, if somebody in my upbringing, now guys, let's paint the picture on the wall. I was rather intelligent, A's and B's. I was a cheerleader for 2 teams. I was show choir, hard team to get on. Everything that I was really good at, I had to audition. I mean, I was in the plays. I had to audition. I had to show my skills to make the team. And it wasn't like 10 people showed up, 100 showed up, half the school showed up. And it made the teams. That's pretty good. Nobody patted me on the back and said, oh my God, DeEtte, awesome. Look at how amazing this is. It's quite the opposite. Because once I got into those, it wasn't, oh my God, great job. You did a great job making it here. It was kick your butt to be better than what you were. Kick your butt to be better than you were. If you really want to know what it's like, watch any episode of the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders episodes, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Because it's no different there than it was in high school. It's a push to be something better. But it's not a, oh my God, you're beautiful. Oh my gosh, you're doing great. Oh my God, look at that cake, how amazing it is. Oh my God, look at, what is your way of thinking about what's your way? No, it is somebody else's idea of what is great, and you have to come up to that bar. But when we start to realize, even with when somebody said to me a few years ago, DeEtte, I don't know why you're screwing up. What's going on? When I finally started to get these concepts out of my head, if you notice, I had this in high school. It revisited in my early 50s. And it's taken me the last couple of years to go, wait a second. Who am I competing against? Absolutely nobody. And I know some of you are going, you're competing against yourself. No, I'm not even competing against myself, because really, what do I have to compete against with myself? I'm a different person today than I was yesterday. So there's no competition, because the same person's not standing next to me for me to judge myself off of. The way I look at myself, the way I think about things, the way I interact, the way I experience, those are what I'm here for. I'm not here for a grading system. I'm not here for whatever. If my career is supposed to blow up, it's going to. It's going to open naturally. Why? Because I contracted for that. Because it's going to show up. The more I believe in myself and the more I believe in others, that is what's going to take a career up. That's what's going to take you up anywhere in life. And it's time for everybody to start to do that. Look in the mirror for once in your life and start your day with, I believe in me. I believe in me. And then start looking at yourself through your day. Are you responsible? Check. Are you honest? Check. You know how to think? Check, check. And if you can say all those things, You really are a dynamic human. And it doesn't matter what the Joneses are doing. It doesn't matter any of those things. It's time to unlearn the competitions of school. Because for everybody that says that those competitions made you better, it didn't. It just made you better than the guy next to you. And if you didn't do it the right way, you shattered the person next to you. It's how things like anorexia start. Self-mutilation, depression, suicide ideation. That's how those things start. And we are got a massive amount of that in the United States. Because people are not looking at themselves and seeing the worth of who they are and how amazing they are and teaching them the core things. Eddie's mom taught her a valuable lesson this morning. It was beautiful. Because at 8:30, just past the time of her birth, Eddie goes, Mom, can I get a zebra cake? Mom looked at her and goes, oh, answer me a question. And Eddie goes, what? She goes, are you trying to take advantage because it's your birthday? If you give me the right answer, I'll say yes. Addie screamed. And Mommy goes, Addie goes, maybe. Mommy goes, that's not the right answer. And she smiles. She goes, yes. She goes, that's the right answer. She wanted Addie to be honest. That's it. Honesty. Honesty is huge. Taking responsibility is huge. Core thinking is huge. Competing against yourself, not so huge. Competing against others, not so huge. Being better than you were yesterday, not so huge, because that's naturally going to happen, guys. If you have an interest in something, that is naturally going to happen. Why? Because you have an interest. There's no competition. That's it. Being a human and being a good human and being the best that you can possibly be has nothing to do with a competition or a score pad. It just doesn't. So take a moment and see where your life you have been placed in that scenario of competing with the Joneses, being graded on it, being compared. And if you went to high school, you went to school and you got a grade on any report card, trust me, you're in this with the rest of us. Start to unlearn those. Start to realize grades and pats on the back don't do a whole lot. But the core concepts do. And it's going to make you better than you ever thought you could be because you start living by them. So with that, we're going to take a quick station break, and we come back, we're going to do our 5 card stud. See you guys in a few.
Do you or someone in your family suffer from nightmares? Is your home cluttered and you can't seem to clear it out? Your home or office may have low vibrational energy, and it could be impacting you and your family. Using the ancient techniques of dowsing, Master Dowser Annette Regalo can raise the vibration of your home or office by identifying and curing stress lines and negative vortexes that may be creating disharmony in your home or office. Annette has over 20 years of dowsing experience and is passionate about creating high vibrational spaces for others to live and work. Contact Annette today at 612-394-3736 or AnnetteRegalo.com.
Attention curious practitioners in the realm of transformative experiences, holistic wellness, intuitive guidance, and metaphysical arts. Are you ready to expand your horizons and take your practice to new heights? Join the Edge Partner Directory, where your expertise can shine and your services can transform lives. We are dedicated to creating a community of practitioners who are as curious and passionate as you are about guiding others on their journeys of self-discovery, healing, and growth. As a member of the Edge Partner Directory, you will connect with a network of like-minded practitioners who share your curiosity and passion for exploring the depths of human potential, and showcase your unique offerings to a diverse audience of seekers actively looking for transformative experiences here, there, and everywhere. Embrace your curiosity and take the next step in your practice's journey to becoming an Edge Partner. Learn more at edgedirectory.net. Again, go to edgedirectory.net.
In the Edge Network, and we have Miss Addie. Can we pause that for a second? Are we done or no?
I can't pause it.
Can you turn it down?
I can turn it down. I can't pause it.
Awesome. So Adeline is how old today?
8.
Yeah, she finally made it to 8 years old, and she's super excited. We're gonna have a great day, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many times have we celebrated you being 8? This is our 3rd time of it. We celebrate birthdays.
Dang it! I forgot to put shoes on with them.
That's okay. We literally celebrate birthdays. We celebrate those accomplishments because you know what? Another 365 days around the sun is a reason to celebrate, huh? Yes. So we are doing our deck of choice today is this one.
I don't think it's Tuesday.
Well, you can choose it for next week. How's that sound? Because we choose it a week ahead. So it says Jonathan Waller is one of the most original, creative.
Well, do I get to do it next week?
If you want to, and dedicated archetype. You know what I mean? Astrologer in the world today. I am deeply impressed with the quality of the art and writing on his new Oracle deck, and believed it will become a widely popular resource for people interested in self-exploration and learning about archetypes. This is a brilliant and timely idea. That was written by Ren Butler. He is the author of the Archetypal Universe. So this is a vividly bringing the planetary archetypes to life. The archetypical, I'll never say that word correctly.
Archetypical.
Thank you. Astrology Oracle deck invites you to explore and deepen your relationship to self and cosmos in a new and inspiring way. The 55 full-colored cards feature every planetary archetypical individually, the sun, moon, and planets, as well as each possible combination of 2 celestial bodies. Hold on, I'm reading. The card interrupts. Okay, hurry up. The card. You better hurry up or I'm going to be done before you get started. The card interpretations explore how the cosmic bodies or aspects can positively or negatively affect your life, how to integrate their lessons, and how to navigate their transits, drawing insight from Jungian and contemporary psychology, current psychedelic therapy research, and work of Stanislav Grof. This oracle can be used for divination, aiding dream work, or creating a tableau of your archetypical astrology or birth chart for deeper insight. Oh my God, that's a lot. But you know what? This is going to be really interesting to see what this deck's all about. Let's see. Okay, we're doing this. We're going to open it. We're going to see if Addie gets back before the end of this. What do you think? You know what I mean? Who knows? She may not. I don't know. I guess that's her journey, not my journey. What do you think, guys? Okay. Packaging's a little hard to open up. That's okay. We'll get there. Oh my gosh. It is past time to empty that garbage. Oh, I love the box. Beautiful mandala. Love it. So, and it's a full-size book, guys. It's a full-size rocking book. Oh my gosh. So this guy not only gave you a big deck, he also gave you a big book. Now, I will tell you what. The cards are not in color. They're not, which, as we know, in the book makes it a little bit harder, but I do understand the process of expense. Expense is harder. It just makes this book is going to be harder to throw in a purse or in a wallet. This is more throw in a bag, throw in a card type of a thing. Still not against it. it's easier reading. He does have a lot in each one. So like this card, it's got kind of what it says. It says the Sun-Jupiter pair, what that means, the gifts of it. Oh, the challenges. Oh my gosh, it goes on and on. And then the invitations. So there's a lot. There's a lot. Each card, there's a lot. So you know what? I see the complexity that this deck can really have. I will tell you, I will need to use the book when we're doing the reading today. But with that being said, I think it's a great book. You know, in the beginning, of course, it's got a little bit about, it tells you about transits and natal aspects, and it gives you different basic chart reading and things of that nature, which is super cool. So this book, I will tell you what, this book might be a have-to get, just the book alone. So let's get the deck out. Get the deck out. Okay. I am going to shuffle these cards. So that's the back of them. It's gorgeous. It really is gorgeous. The front of some of these cards, the other side, the artwork is dynamic. But again, because I don't know what Venus/Plato is, so we're going to have to use the book, aren't we? What do you think? Can you say hi, Keith, and hi, Tim?
Hi, Keith. Hi, Tim.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Anthony.
Hi, Anthony.
I don't know if they're still listening, but there you go. We said hi, huh? So, guys, everybody knows with 5-card stud what we are doing.
And I'm not here every week, but I will be here every few weeks.
Yes, because summer school starts tomorrow or next week, huh?
Yeah, I will be here next week.
No, you'll be in summer school.
Oh yeah!
Oh my gosh!
So you won't see me for another 3 weeks.
I know, but we got you today, right? We got you today.
This is the last time before 3 weeks of me being here.
So 5-card stud. How we play this? We're gonna pick 5 cards.
Yep.
And I'm gonna read each 5 cards individually.
Yep.
And then we're gonna read them as a whole, right?
And then I get to play with my slime.
You get to play with your slime the rest of the day. So guys, how we're gonna play this is not throw them all over the floor like I just did.
She does every week.
Well, when the cards are a little bit big for my hand, they tend to fall. So I do prefer a deck a little bit smaller than this because big decks for me just don't work in my hands very well.
They do on mine.
So far, this is the only complaint I have about this deck is that really for me, it's a little bit too big. But that really is just personal preference. So a 5-card stud, we're going to, as we said, we're going to pick 5 cards. We're going to reach each card individually. You get to pick a number 1 through 5. You can pick 1 number, 2 number. You can pick 4 numbers. You can pick all 5 numbers. You can, wait and say, I just want the full reading at the end. Or if, you know what, do it all. Tim says, happy birthday, girl. Tim has Bear, the puppy. The one guy in California, my friend. That'd be Tim. So that's how we're doing this. You can also have 6 different issues. You can have a lot of issues, more than 6 issues.
Bear?
Yeah, Bear. And then you can literally write all your issues down and put numbers against them. And then that's going to help you. That's going to give you a little bit of guidance. That's what 5-card stud's about.
I got yesterday.
It is. Huh?
Hi, one of my family members. I got it from my great grandma.
Oh, there you go.
On my mom's side.
You mean my mom?
Yeah, your mom.
Okay, put your slime away and start picking some cards for me, girl. Card number 1 is Mars Saturn. Mars Saturn. I like the imagery because I have a feeling the imagery is going to play a lot into, as it should, into what the card is. But that's Mars Saturn card. I got to get through the first one first. Card 42. So do not pull anymore until we get through this card, okay? Because if not, I get overwhelmed. It's just too much. So, thank God they're numbered. It says Mars Saturn. How can you love and understand passion? You have taken a vow against it. What you resist ultimately conquers you. Truth is not to conquer. You cannot storm it. It will slip through the hands if you try to grasp it. Truth comes silently without knowing. So that's the little like spiel underneath there. Okay. It says here is where the catalytic principle of action, physicality, and strength meets principle and endurance, solidarity and constraint. So, okay. So wow, this is so much in here. Oh my God, there's so much. It says there is a certain kind of dignity that can only be expressed by those who have the capacity to overpower others by force and decide to not do so. So a lot of this card is when you're looking at the Mars Saturn card. I mean, I'm looking at different parts here to get the gist of this card. So when we're looking at this card, so this Mars Saturn card, it's really about going, you know what? Making a decision, thinking about something. Do you want it? How are you going to get it? Are you going to push through? Are you going to try to force yourself on it? Are you going to try to take it? Or are you going to silently just allow it to come to you? This card is telling you, you know what? You have a lot going on. And it really is just out of your reach. It's just right out of your reach. Think about something being like right there and you could almost grab it, but you can't quite get there. You've got different ways of choosing to do this. And a lot of times they're going through that. I'm going to work harder. I'm going to push harder. I'm going to try to do something. I'm going to be conniving. I'm going to conceive. I'm going to do whatever. So it's not to do that. Stop. Stop trying to push yourself to get something just out of your reach. Instead, stop and allow it to come to you. It's saying take the easy path. It's going to show up in your lap no matter what. So don't try to overpower. Don't try to force it. Allow it to work itself out on its own. Card number 2. Card number 2 is Jupiter/Pluto. Jupiter/Pluto. Beautiful imagery on that. Beautiful imagery.
Which is 49.
It's card 49. That's right, girl. My nose
Even
is
though I
stuck
don't have
up.
my glasses on, I can still see.
Oh, you're doing better. So,
So I spread all of the cards.
how can I be substantial if I do not cast a shadow? I must have a dark side also if I am whole. Ooh, is that true? For every period of life where there feels as though you are disempowered, a mere drop of ocean, unlikely to make your mark upon the world in any significant way, there are also times when the opposite view comes into focus, helps you to believe you are in your own potential for greatness, your ability to draw upon everything that you are and withstanding turmoil and overcoming fear, make a meaningful impact on the world around you. Provide a potential combination of drive, confidence that inspire you to push through challenges with the sheer force of will to overcome limiting beliefs and complex, and prove to yourself that you can be more, or do more. And this card is really saying, let's get to the basis. Believe in yourself. Start to believe in yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror. Don't feel as if that you don't have enough to be anything, that you are enough, that you need to look in the mirror and go, you know what? I believe in me. You need to look at the positive things that people, hand to you, people say to you and say, oh my gosh, those are truths. This card is about looking at your own greatness, sitting in your own power, believe in yourself, believe that you can overcome whatever's ahead of you. Apparently, if you pick card number 2, you have some stuff that's pretty big around you, and you're going, I don't know if I can do this. This card is saying you can. If you pick card number 2, this is in your face. You can. You just have a belief. You have to have a belief in yourself to go forward.
I've been doing this since I was.
Pick another card, girl.
And I made this slime.
Awesome. Pick a card, girl.
And my Gigi gave me the whole set, including the one I already had.
That's awesome.
So I have duplicates of one of the slimes.
Ooh, there you go. What's this card? Oh, that's pretty cool. Uranus and Pluto. Uranus and Pluto. Love it. Card 54. Uranus and Pluto. It says, your shock and your doubt will be great, but from such torment will new life be born. Here's where the impulse towards freedom and progress encounters the primordial and evolutionary power of the Plutonic underworld. What is offered to you by the pair of Uranus and Pluto most fundamentally is the gift of dying to your old self and old paradigms and being ecstatically reborn into a more inconclusive sense of selfhood, or a new way of relating to the world. Just during your birth, went through an intense struggle, passing through an immense pressure and life-threatening danger of the birth canal before emerging triumphant and free to the experience. Life is a new and unfamiliar world, so it's with the experience of Uranus and Pluto energies. So what this card is really stating to us is that you are finally at the point that, oh my gosh, you made it. Oh my gosh, you made it. What is happening? You are literally, if you pick card number 3, you are shedding your old patterns, your own way of thinking, your own way of doing things, your own way of going forward. You finally realize that, you know what? Your old way of doing things isn't working. It's not working. So you've literally gotten rid of all those old ways of doing it. And you're going, wait a second, how can I go forward? How can I do this? This is a brand new you today. If you pick card number 3, this is what you're looking at this week. Throughout this week, you're going to have moments where you're going to go, wait a second, I'm different. I like the new me. And maybe people are going to start to recognize it. It may take them a little bit of time, but don't worry. Just keep going forward, okay? New past, new you, new way of doing things is there on the horizon. Next card.
There's the deck right there again.
Oh, good.
Get out the deck.
Got a bunch of cards.
These can fit in my hand.
Awesome. Gonna give me a card?
Let me find the card.
Give me a card. Okay.
Card.
Awesome. The next
The magic
card.
card.
Ooh, Sun versus Venus. Sun to Venus. Card number 13.
Sun vs Venus.
I love that.
Sun vs Venus.
Sun and Venus. Sun dash Venus. I know my nose is stuffed up, so it's not making it very easy for you to hear me today, huh? The love is starting. It leaves. To love is so startling. It leaves little time for anything else. Really. This card represents your ability to perceive beauty in the world around you and take pleasure in your sensory experience of life. It's called feeling function. Very nice, buddy. Oh, thank you, buddy. It says it's not much about feeling emotions. It's about the way in which you attribute innate value to things that opposes a logical thinking function. So really what this card is kind of looking at is that, you know, when they say beauties and everything, I know that's really generic, beauties and everything, but when we're looking at this card, it really is about you starting to look at things in a different way. What is it? What's its value to you? What is it for me? You know, so often we throw things out. We don't look at things we look at things, go, oh my God, this sucks. You know, like say I drove away today and I told my car, oh my God, that'd be I can look at that as devastating. I can look at that as, oh my God, what am I going to do? I don't know. I don't have a car now. I don't know how to get money for a new car. Or I can look at it and go, wait a second, this is this is something that actually helps me. Why? Because the insurance is going to pay off the car. It gives me the opportunity to go find a new car. It gives me that ability to do something new, different, and give myself kind of an extra treat that I wasn't expecting, maybe forcing me into it. And it's kind of looking at something, the value of something. So what is the value in something? It's having you look at things in a different way, not just looking at it as good or bad or what propels you forward or what's going to stop you, but what is this doing for me? What's the value of my life? And I think that's what you need to look at in the problems that's going on with you right now is what's the value of this? And that's going to help you to propel past the situation into something new. Last card, gorgeous. Da, 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 da. Squishy stuff. Give me a card, girl.
Give me a sec. Let me get this thing on top of the slime.
Perfect. It's on top. One last card.
Well, it's one of the cards on the front.
You think so? It's
Is
not. It's Venus Mars. Ooh, that looks like it's all about love. I
I
don't
know.
know.
We have one of these on the front.
I'm sure we do. Venus Mars. Can I see the
No, we
book?
don't. We don't.
That's okay. We got a lot of other cards. Venus Mars. Card number 35. Card number 35.
It is there was a few that were in the different zone than the others.
You think so?
But no, look,
Okay.
they're in the 50s.
It says, if you obey all the rules, you miss all the fun. One part of intriguing Venus Mars is about activating and deepening your relationship to desire. Modern cultures tend to perform something of a sleight of hand when it comes to affording the fulfillment of desire. You are told that in order to succeed and be healthy, you must avoid overindulgence and be disciplined. While at the same time, you are offered an endless buffet of shallow and addictive pleasures that prey on your weakness and provide you only with short-term distractions. Ooh, I love that. In fact, temptation, lust, and pleasure are natural facets of experience that should be honored and not represented or trivialized. So what this card is really saying is, kind of looking at that aspect of, where is it that you have a desire? Where is this? Not looking at the addictive, not looking at what somebody else is telling you what you should or should not do. Okay. It's saying if it feels good, then do it. What do you desire? Allow yourself to have your desire. Okay. Now, I'm not saying go out and get addicted to drugs. That's not what this card's about. It's saying to kind of look at your desire. What's the desire? Why do you want this? Why are you looking at this? Okay. Why are you bringing this into your life? Is what this card's about. If you're just going, wait a second, why can't I get this issue out of my way? Why can't I get rid of it? Well, why did you desire it to come into play? What part of it did you bring to you? Okay. Start to look at things that way. Why did you bring this to you? Why did you want this in your life? Why did you bring this into your being? And not as somebody else is looking at this as bad or good, because trust me, guys, everything in life you're doing is coming to you because you brought it to you. You just have to realize why. Dawson, give me a minute, baby. So card number 1 was the Mars Saturn. You can go now. Say, love you. We're going to have a great day.
Bye.
Card.
I will see you in 3 weeks.
Here you go. Card number 1 was Mars Saturn. Card number 2 was Jupiter Pluto. Card number 3, Uranus Pluto. Card number 4 is Sun, Venus, and card number 5 is Venus, Mars. When I'm looking at all these cards, this just really feels like quite a transformation this week. This week feels like a transformation of being, transformation of situations. Things that have been happening in your life are going to start to transform. You are transforming all the wonderful things. Why? Because quite frankly, you're going to start to look at things in a different way. You know what? You're done looking at it and taking a hammer to the same wall that you can't get down with a hammer. You know what I mean? It's that type of a situation. So because if you have a wall that can't come down, what do? You go and look at the supports behind it, get rid of the supports, and boom, comes down. You go and you get rid of the screws, it comes down. Whatever it might be, there's an easy way to do it. There's a way to not force yourself against it. And this week you're done. You're done forcing. You're done looking at things the old way. You're done playing the old games, and you're going to go, wait a second. I need to look at the situation a little bit differently. What about the situation that I created? What was it, this situation that I needed something from, and it was put in place for me? And you're ready to say, I no longer need that situation. You're going to start to look at the belief of yourself to kind of go through this, and you're going to push forward. Okay. Pushing forward in a way that, you know what, you can push through it and you get rid of it because you're allowing all the answers to come to you for you to move on. The reason they're coming to you, though, is because you are no longer the same person. You're seeing things differently, guys. You're seeing things differently, which I think is amazing here. Okay, guys, I like this deck. This deck is complicated, guys. I will not lie to you. This is a complicated deck. It has got a lot of, it can be very simple. Don't get me wrong, very simple, but it can also be very, very complicated. Now, if you're getting into astrology, this is going to be a good deck. Why? Because there is a ton of knowledge in here. There is a ton of knowledge, a ton of growth, a ton to be given. Okay. If you are a seasoned astrologer and you want to get into Oracle, oh my gosh, this is definitely the deck for you. This deck is going to give it, especially if you're seasoned in all this, you're going to boom, boom, boom. It's just going to be a no-brainer for you. But it does this grow. This deck has room for growth. This deck really, if you're new to Oracle, maybe not so much. If you're new to readings, maybe not so much. If you're new to astrology, definitely. If you're a seasoned astrologer, definitely. If you're a seasoned Oracle person, definitely. If you want to learn this stuff, definitely. But again, every deck has its place. I think this deck really still has multiple facets for many, many people out there. And I'm going to tell people to go out and buy it. I really am. So with that being said, there we go. So what's going on with us next week? What's going on, or this coming week?
Can I show them this?
You can come on in. She wants to show you one of her presents, one of her favorite presents. Who got that for you?
My brother.
Dawson. What is that?
My Life as Harry Potter.
Yep, it's one of the dolls. It's a My Life dolls, and she really wanted that one. So Dawson, he asked for a bunch of ideas of what say Addie might want for her birthday. So me and Dawson went to the store. And he looked around and he said he didn't know. And I said, well, these are things that Addie told me she wanted. And we showed him all the different things, which is a lot. And he picked out what he thought would be her favorite present at the party.
And then there's another one that I wanted. It was the Gryffindor.
The Gryffindor one.
Because the Gryffindor one has blonde hair. I have blonde hair. And then the Gryffindor one has blue eyes. I have bluish gray eyes.
Yep. But why did you want this one more?
The
Snake.
Can you open it for me?
Not right now. We'll open it a little bit, okay? I need to finish now, okay?
Bye. I'll try to open this by myself.
Okay, I will be out there in a minute. So,
This is heavy.
okay, this weekend, guys, I am in Ashland, Wisconsin. Ashland, Wisconsin, way up in Ashland, Wisconsin. Beautiful country, right on Lake Superior. It's a beautiful view all day long. And then next week, you can find me at the Bemidji, Minnesota, Saturday and Sunday. Bemidji, Minnesota next weekend, and that is June 21st and 22nd. June 14th, I'm in Ashland, Wisconsin. And before the day is even done, I want to wish all those daddies out there happy Father's Day, because it is coming up this Sunday. It's going to be a great day for everybody. Guys, we're starting up classes online again. We got classes in person. I have got an in-person intermediate class scheduled for Black River Falls, August 30th and 31st. That's the only in-person class I have scheduled right now. I'm going to look at putting some more here in Janesville, maybe some other places. I also have started teaching Advanced 1 online. So if anybody wants to jump in Advanced 1 class, I do have that going. Advanced 1 is Advanced Psychic. It's all about the psychic world. Kind of going forward with that. And as always, you know, my schedule is open for readings. So if you want to get a reading from me, feel free to go to DeEtte.us. Read all about me. Go ahead and schedule readings. I'm there. We're doing this. It's a great time. Okay. With that being said, guys, we're going to let you go. You guys have a phenomenal week. I'll be back here next Monday morning here, School Through Spirit with the Edge Network, rocking things up. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.
There are psychic mediums, but there is nothing like DeEtte. Let's face it, we all struggle time and again. But if you seek the clarity you deserve, then you need to seek DeEtte. As a master teacher, DeEtte studied under international psychic medium Lisa Williams. Together, they not only help DeEtte better tap into spirit, but also build a long-lasting relationship. So many psychics tell us what we want to hear, and that just won't cut it with DeEtte. She tells you what you need to hear. No sugarcoating here. To book a reading with DeEtte is simple. Just visit her website, DeEtte.us. That's DeEtte.us. And follow the Yellow Brick Road to connect with DeEtte. Don't just sit there and ponder those questions. Ask them and let DeEtte guide you every step of the way. You need insight now, and DeEtte can help. Just visit DeEtte.us.